Dune 2021 is one of my absolute favorite films of the year. This movie was exceptional. Everything about it was immaculate, from the brilliant casting, Villeneuve's direction, to cinematography by Greg Fraser, and the calm and collected editing of Joe Walker. Not to mention some amazing performances, specifically by Rebecca Ferguson's Lady Jessica, and of course, Timothée Chalamet's Paul Atreides. This film is much more of a mainstream blockbuster than most of Villeneuve's efforts, but that doesn't take away the impact the film has. This is now when I'm going to get into spoilers, so please, if you haven't seen Dune 2021, you probably should stop this video, log off from your phone or computer, and buy a ticket for the next showing at your local theater. Please, don't spoil what might be the breakout film of the year. Now, I went to why I love the film, but let's talk about some of the sequences and why I love them. Let's get into the Gom Jabbar scene. When Paul is awoken by Mother Jessica to face the Reverend Mother for a test of resilience, he is faced with the challenge of not releasing his hand from a box full of what the mother says holds only pain. At first, Paul is hesitant and reluctant, but understanding that this is Jessica's wish, goes through with it. While experiencing excruciating pain at first, he ultimately overcomes the adversity as Paul becomes confident in his ability to overcome this obstacle. This scene also features some amazing acting by Timothée as his facial expressions convey the pain as it comes, and ultimately subsides while he is opposite acclaimed actress Charlotte Rampling. The second scene I want to go into is the spice harvester scene. As Duke Leto and Paul Atreides are observing the spice harvestings in the dunes of Arrakis, they encounter a worm that is attracted to sounds and vibrations of technology. Witnessing their countermeasures failing, Paul and his father decide to help the harvesters before they're eaten by this gigantic creature that swims in the sand. The entire sequence is brilliantly put together. It seamlessly combines practical and non-practical visual effects on the screen, and seeing this entire sequence in IMAX was one of the most memorable moments I've had watching any movie. The third sequence I want to talk about is the brilliance of the third act, showcasing the relationship of both Paul and his mother Jessica, from their escape from the Empire's battalions to their walk amongst the desert in search of the Fremen. The film kind of becomes almost a mother-son bonding film up until its final scene. The entire time they're escaping the massacre that has occurred to House Atreides, Paul is having visions of people, specifically of who will eventually be Chani and Jamis. During these visions, Paul has Jamis teaching and mentoring Paul on the ways of the desert, which ultimately helps Paul navigate out of the sandstorm into finding Stilgar's tribe. Unfortunately, these visions do not actually come true, as Jamis does not accept the arrival of both Outlanders and requests a fight to the death due to Jessica besting Stilgar in hand-to-hand combat. Paul becomes his mother's champion and fights and reluctantly kills Jamis. Paul didn't want this to happen. It was an unnecessary death, but it happened anyway. Paul respected the Fremen, and the Fremen accepted him as their new leader. I understand the book goes more in depth with this, and I would love to read it, and may very well do before Dune Part 2 releases in 2023. As I conclude this video, I wanted to thank each and every one of you that has watched my Rise videos, and I plan to continue to make them. My one about Timothée catapulted my YouTube channel to over 1,000 subscribers, and I couldn't be more thankful. I have been on YouTube making videos for over a decade in my own little way. The channel was created in 2016, and I have gone through waves and waves of content. I've always wanted to get this milestone, and now that I have, I am shook. Thank you all so much, and make sure to like, subscribe. I will see you later.